right. Somebody,
Wake up.
somebody is. Just took my toe off. Somebody is pretending. He
I wasn't
just.
pretending at all. I was asleep. Actually, I was sound asleep, and then Amos came busting in there.
What did he want?
Uh, he just needed to use the bathroom. There was nothing, you know. Well, look
Urgent.
at this dog.
The dog you cannot stand. We were just talking to our oldest son, and the dog was jealous that Thomas was talking to him, and so the dog was trying to get between the phone
Hmm.
and you.
Look, now she's up here. She feels real entitled to this space.
Yes, she does. You moved over. Yay! Yeah, we've got really doing a lot of YouTubing currently. Here she comes. The dog cannot take not being in the middle of stuff. Did you have a good Father's Day?
Yeah, yeah, I really did.
Up, went to church early. He didn't get much sleep last night because we fortunately have Amos in the bed with us, who is not very small now to sleep with you.
I know he'll push you.
Somebody kicked me. I thought it was you. I didn't know it was him.
Well, it had to be.
I don't know how he's close to you. He's this close to me. Look.
Well, he's close enough to reach.
This
Ow, ow.
dog. Why is this dog so needy for attention? Well, anyway, we went to church early this morning, and then I have coconut cake on my dress.
Oh, really? That's why.
Yeah.
Probably. What are we smelling there?
You ate some Ming Hang. I can't see. This is a Happy Father's Day. Trying to become a member. Yay! Somebody needs to put the link up. We went to church. Blair got off on the mission trip. Russell got to Boise State. And then
So Russell's already, what, a day in to Boise
they
State?
got there today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got there today. That's it.
Have you texted
College.
with him?
Not tonight, but
I'd
he
like
was
to know
there.
how he likes it.
Yeah, they just got settled in. Little Thomas had friends down. 6 people, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Down at the beach, and they went on the boat. He said it rained all day. I can't imagine going on the boat in the rain. And then Amos was here, and you went to
Cape Hatteras.
Cape Hatteras. How long does it take to get there? Will you press pause?
I just went to Waves, which is, so I didn't go that deep in there. From here, it only takes an hour and 35 minutes.
Were there a lot of people windsurfing?
No, not initially, but then, a fair number of people started. When I got there, it was only blowing about 10. But after a little while, it started going, it got up to 16.
And he was making sure he was going to get back to take Amos to the movies. And then
Amos did not want to go. I couldn't get him to go.
Which is so weird.
But I wonder if I didn't make a mistake because
this is life with Amos.
I said it Lilo and Stitch, and he said no. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, you said the wrong movie.
Yeah.
He wanted to go see How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that because I had seen Lilo and Stitch was playing there.
Which is not your fault because a typical almost 12-year-old would be like, Dad, we've already seen that. We're gonna go see a different movie. Where instead he was like, no.
Well, no, I hadn't seen that.
No, he has seen it.
Oh, okay.
He would have told you, like, Dad, we saw that,
Really?
I'm going to see something else.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he went to Lilo. No.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
It's Lilo.
It's spelled Lilo, Lila, I don't,
He wanted to go see How to Train Your Dragon.
Boy, I should have,
Well, that's all right. He wouldn't let me go. He was highly against that. I know you're a biker, and my brother at age 61 rode his bike from Jeanette's Pier to California.
Holy cow.
We're from Colombia.
That's incredible. Jeanette's Pier to California.
That's a really long way. Connor is jealous. Oh, double. No, I didn't curl my hair. I was swimming in the Sound today till the storm came. Summarize the fishing tournament. Yeah, what do you know about the Big Rock?
You know, honestly, I didn't follow it very carefully. It was that app is really something though.
Oh, I don't have an app.
I had a friend that fished in it. I was hoping that he would do well, but I didn't see they didn't do much.
Who was?
You know, Barnes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah.
Huh.
He may not have even been on the boat. I hadn't even confirmed with him that he was.
Did you know that Kathy Keel won the Big Rock
1 year
in '93?
Yeah.
Only 3.
It was a female angler that caught the biggest fish this year, wasn't it?
No, she would have won, a lady angler. Somebody came in yesterday and won yesterday afternoon.
Oh, big trouble, yeah.
Big trouble. Moorhead. Were they from Moorhead?
Quick though. This app is kind of.
Yeah, the other boat thought they had won, but they had a shark bite. And they know like their shark bites. Blair and Little Thomas went the night that she came in that Tarboro. They were from Tarboro. Oh. Yeah. Feel bad for the fish. That shark business doesn't seem that uncommon.
No. It's almost becoming the norm.
Greetings from Winston. 2 guys have been...
Big trouble. It doesn't tell you where it's from, here at least.
Do we have a lot of bass in the Sound?
Yeah, apparently we do. I've never.
We have a ton of bass boats.
Yeah.
Thomas's dad loved those bass boats coming in and out.
Yeah, he really did like that.
He would sit and watch those boats come in and out.
You don't see him out at Mulberry Hill, it gets too rough out there. But we can have, over 100.
Why are you crying?
Well, they launch early too. over and over and over again at 6 in the morning.
Yes, that's why they disqualify them. Makes them easier to catch while they're being... Why is the dog crying?
Oh, I don't know.
Come. What was she scared of?
There must be a box or something.
What do you need?
Oh, that's trash can.
Well, come on. She can't walk beside the trash can?
Not when it's activated like that.
Thomas has a trash can that activates. It's motion sensitive.
Uh-oh, it's about to do it again. Look, she's about to activate it. It's actually, the battery's running.
Well, then why does she want to activate it if it scares her?
I don't know. She's definitely trying to do it. I can't believe she hadn't already. If she'd stood by the other one, it would have gone by now.
Is there food in there?
No, I don't think so. Look, she almost thinks it's like
a friend?
What if it had her food in there? I wonder if she would consider it worth it. If that was filled up with honors food.
Oh, God. Nobody eats marlin.
They make,
Do
I think they do grind it up and use it for dog food.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the marlin with the shark bite, it goes to NC State and they
Really?
use the fish to learn about.
So they'll figure out things about the time of the injury and stuff like that?
I think it's just more to know.
I would think that'd be next to impossible.
I think it's more to know about marlin just in general.
Yeah.
Of how they work. They didn't ever catch any until 1957. Why are you crying? No, come on.
And boy, they were catching loads of them this time.
Yeah.
In fact, I was in court on Wednesday, and there was, boats, multiple hookups on
It's raining.
multiple boats.
It's raining?
Yeah.
I think it's even storming.
Do you like rain?
Yeah.
Amos,
And so let the mosquitoes in. I got bit by a huge mosquito.
in Hatteras?
No, right here.
Oh.
Indians raining.
Is it, close the door, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, is it heavy, heavy rain?
Yeah.
Does that
What
make
kind of storm is it?
heavy rain, a bad storm? Amos is like a hurricane type. Did you watch the U.S. Open?
No, I'd like to see though the end of it. Was it good?
He didn't watch it today.
We're in my playroom.
I was.
What's
doing
in your
to and
playroom?
from Hatteras and
Hey, you.
What?
Where is your playroom?
yeah, there's a lot of information I want to know.
What forest is it?
It's the forest, the Amazon forest in your playroom.
Hurricane forest?
Thomas hasn't been watching the Kieran Reed trial. My subscribers are really keen on that.
Yeah,
Spawn made a 64.5-foot putt to secure the win.
really? Oh boy, that's great.
What the weather gonna be like tomorrow?
Tomorrow, the weather is gonna be, what do you want it to be like?
What do I want it to be like? Can you tell me?
You want it to be,
I mean,
You mean?
are you giving me a hint by pointing outside?
yeah.
Daddy, do you know what kind of weather he wants
I
tomorrow?
think I do.
Yes, Dad.
Rainy.
The new mega is great.
Coming, the rainbow.
The little rain is a ghost ship for me.
It
That's
is.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about, this little rainbow. He said, I am sailing to the beach alone. They rain for, we don't know if it's actually going to rain.
I think it's gonna be hit or miss all week. It looks like.
That makes Amos very happy. Yes, Amos and I are going to the beach tomorrow with the doggy. Does the doggy want to go to the beach?
You know the dog smells good.
I gave her a bath.
Oh, you did.
I washed her with human shampoo too.
That probably helps.
Some Tresemme. She doesn't smell so doggy. Yeah, it was a good Father's Day. Not that it was I kind of treated today like I was a servant day, and that really helped me. I've washed like 6 mattress pads.
Oh yeah.
I've done a ton of laundry. I cleaned out the laundry room.
My idea of a servant is somebody that does what you say to do, not somebody that of their own accord, goes up and, that's more of an altruistic. You did that for yourself.
No, I cleaned the children's rooms. I didn't do that
Yeah.
for myself. If I had done something for myself, I would have gone.
See, it wasn't Mother's Day. You shouldn't be doing things for yourself.
That's
like
why I was being a servant. You acted like a Mary maid. What would you have had me do today if I'd asked?
I mean, that's something a robot does.
I cleaned out. I worked on your closet.
I don't know if I like the idea of that.
You have a lot of things in there.
Really?
You have a lot of white shirts.
Well, clearly you're the one, the problem, the white shirts. There's more selfish action on your part.
I changed the sheets because you said you didn't like the flannel sheets.
Yeah, no, that was going to happen.
We have the flannel sheets on the bed, and last night he takes his blankets and he just folds them over on my side.
Well, yes, because it was 150 degrees.
So that I can,
and then I get somebody, reaching.
No, Amos is right here. Night, Mommy.
Well, somehow he's reaching me because, I was...
That's just his hand is touching you. His body is all wrapped. You're wrapped up in me.
I don't know how you do that.
Take pictures, Thomas, for proof of anything missing.
Yeah.
Yes, subscribing is free on YouTube, but you pay to be a member. We have daily coffee chats. Thomas does daily coffee chats. No, he doesn't. He works. But I do. Yeah, flannel sheets are not your friend. They're gone now.
This time of year, no. Even during the winter, though.
But it was nice when it was super cold.
Oh yeah, I mean we had some of that this winter too.
I mean, your dad, poor devil, he had to wear all those coats for a couple weeks when your
Yeah,
mom was sick.
yeah,
I mean, he would put on one coat, and another coat.
yeah. It was cold.
I mean, it was really cold. Ask Thomas. Oh, that's a good before we get off because I have to get Amos to bed. Share a favorite story of your dad.
Well, there's so many. You know, they're actually my favorite one. Are too long to really break.
Which ones are?
Well, I mean, you know that one we went to Europe. You know, with he would always have us stay at these places. He would never pay for accommodations, and I mean it came back at you. I remember one time went to watch you know going to Disney World, but they would always do something like you got to go to a seminar. You know, and I remember we went and stayed in this place.
Like a timeshare where you go,
Yeah, and like nobody come out of the room, and there had been like a stabbing at the pool. And I remember just being so wound up. I couldn't, yeah. Adrian and I had it so different growing up. Oh, man.
I took his dad to Florida and we had points. So we sat in first class and we got back and he was like, the seat was so uncomfortable and I didn't like it. And Thomas said, I mean, I just don't even know how that could have been a problem for him because he never has sat anywhere other than beside the latrine.
Yeah.
Latrine.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like having to. Where did we fly? There was something called People's Air.
I
or something,
flew People's.
Like, and I remember like the mask coming out of the top. You know, there was always,
We flew to New York on People's Airline from DC. It was $40 tickets.
Really?
I remember they doing that. So see, I didn't have it roll that easy.
You flew on one, cheap flight. That sounds like tremendous hardship to me.
You also went up to Maine or somewhere, didn't you? In a RV?
Yeah, that was a fun trip actually. Although towards the end, the skylight in the RV got punctured. So then it became, like steady rain, on the inside of the. It wasn't an RV though. It was a Coachman van.
I thought it was an RV.
Oh hell no! It was a Coachman van.
Could you all fit in it to sleep?
It was just me and my parents.
So the three of you slept in there. Is that like the van that has like the roundabout couches?
Yeah, it did have sort of like a half round, something.
And where did you sleep?
My mother slept like above where you drove.
And where'd you sleep?
And I slept, there was something you could pull out on the bottom level, that gave me enough. Actually, I slept pretty well. But then we got back and realized that somebody had taken a crack at us. There was a slug near where the Dalmatian was on the side of the van. So somebody had embedded somebody had taken a crack at us on the.
You really got shot at?
It was a deer slug, yeah.
You're.
But it didn't puncture the van, which is hard to believe. So it must have been from a long way off. Either that or, it hit this part. It literally embedded. It was like you had sheet metal, but then you had this strange, almost like a fake leather thing that extended upward, and came over this, some Dalmatians, It was a Coachman. That was the name of it. My mother actually slammed into the back of somebody with it, like a brand new Mercedes.
Really?
Yeah. It was kind of awesome.
It is one of the first times I spent time with Thomas's dad. Thomas was in law school at Campbell, and there was called moot court. Is that what it was?
Yeah, this was more of it was demonstration put on by two law professors.
But why was your dad there? What was
Well,
his
they
role?
needed a focused jury, so I volunteered y'all to do it. Because, the trial work is all that I really cared about in law school, so they did it at night. And so this teacher of trial advocacy at Duke, who was not a lawyer himself, last name was Nesbitt.
Huh.
You remember that?
No.
Well, my dad was talking the entire time, not knowing that they could hear in the other room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is
So
kind of hilarious.
So they didn't.
He said that fellow doesn't have a bit of skill. He just came in.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah, he was
It
talking
like,
bad about them.
oh man.
But they thought he was real smart. Well, we drove up in this Jetta
Yeah.
to Campbell, and the Jetta had been hit by a cat bus.
Yeah.
And so for some reason the passenger seat didn't lock.
And he wasn't about to have it fixed.
And so I just rode like this the whole way up there. It was like I was in a roller coaster.
He said that thing hit at the perfect time my property taxes were due. And then he talked to the woman on the phone. This is pretty funny. No, this is the insurance. So he calls it in, he gets a claim, and it's some young girl there. He says, "Why are you not going to get your car fixed?" He was so tickled by that.
She said that?
Just give me the damn check. I'm like, okay. Why are you not going to get your car?
She didn't want to give him the money.
Well, no, he just, she's trying to like line up, like get the extra mile. And,
Oh, she was. She wanted to make the appointment
Yes,
at the place. I actually don't want the money to fix the car. I've property tax.
So that's why you were, in there like control. I'm not gonna get my car. Oh my gosh. He got the biggest.
Well, he hadn't lived with us long, and we had that pipe burst.
Yeah.
Remember what he said to me? That was probably his last hurrah. Well, we've gotten this check, and it was a lot of money. And I said, well, you got to take this check and deposit. He said, well, I'm not going to be able to deposit the whole thing because I've lost my wallet, and I'm going to need some cash. And I was like, you can't, this money is not for you. This money is for repairs. But it was like, he was going to take the check and then, take like a fifth of the check out.
And do what? I mean, like,
I don't know.
At that point, maybe he'd pay for one of the nurses we paid for. I mean, I can't imagine. He's going to let us just sit here and hold the bag. And he's going to go out and cash checks. Holy cow.
Yeah, and then he lost his wallet. He hid it in the drawer at the condo when he took a nap there that day. And then,
yeah, I'd even look for it right there.
Well, it was evidently in the corner. Little Thomas had it. Yeah, always thought, he told a real funny story to if you're a YouTube member, he did write many videos. My people. He was telling,
Boy, it's pouring out there.
I know. He was telling the story about their honeymoon, about how his groomsmen got word of where they were going to be staying.
Yeah.
And
canceled every single hotel.
All their reservations.
Yeah.
Like, I think they went to the Grove Park and had to stay like a broom closet.
No, he said it was awful.
And there was someplace he said he had to sleep with his feet out the window.
That would be something.
Oh, golly.
And they called at all hours of the night. Somehow they got their,
Yeah, Val Valentine, who was at his service. Tony Maupin was there too. Do you know that?
No.
He was at your dad's service.
Oh,
too.
really?
Uh-huh. Bob Adams was saying that he talked to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they would call all hours. That was like Barnes at Devin's wedding when. Oh, yeah. Barnes and Crystal had the room for people with disabilities that has like the lights and the buzzers and stuff.
And it's all triggered on the outside.
So whenever anybody would walk by the room, they would,
And it was a series of, it was awful. If you were inside the room when, that happened, it was all the lights would suddenly strobe on and, the noise was,
loud.
And it would go on and on. All you had to do was mash the button once on the outside. And then next thing you know, Barnes had torn all the speaker wire out of this thing at the top. They started by putting tape over it. But I remember that was just, oh man.
Do you remember when you squeezed all the oranges for fresh juice for Grandpa? And it made 8 ounces. Yeah, he drank that juice in like one day. And then you got into it too. It was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I spent several hours doing that. That was my boy. It really is pouring.
I also made several things of collards out of season.
Yeah, his dad. Thomas one night.
I don't know what I'm doing either. I had to watch a video. They came out all right.
Thomas
Not as good as you
went
can
and
get.
bought a new
Oh,
pot.
you see that?
What was it?
That was a huge bolt of lightning right there.
He went and bought a new pot and cooked the collards outside so they wouldn't smell. Where did he get the collards?
I mean, did you see that?
Yeah.
I got them from the, where did I get them? From the food line, actually.
In Cabbage. One night Thomas was up
He
with
was
him.
real picky. Yeah.
You were up with him one night and I heard you on the baby monitor. And I said, Thomas, that was a rookie mistake. When you get up with babies and you feed them in the night, you don't look at them or even pretend they're there because they'll smile at you and they want to play. So Thomas had gotten up with his dad in the night and he said to his dad, can I get you anything? And I was like, oh, that's a bad thing. He said, yeah, I'll have some tangerine juice.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Like you should just go get some tangerines and juice them. And then he wanted some apricots.
That was at like 3 a.m.
We have apricots. Regan took a can home.
Really?
Yeah. We need to give the rest of them.
I tell you what, they're hard to get. You know, it's like I had no idea. I'm gonna start hoarding apricots.
You have to order them on Amazon. They're real keen on this lightning storm.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
Settled down some, but I tell you, that was pretty.
Hold on, let's see.
I don't know how long I can keep my leg in this position.
Okay, you don't have to. Thank you for coming on. Hold on. I'm gonna. Ooh. Ooh. Is it safe to stand out here under the thing? No?
Not really.
You can get struck by lightning under a porch?
Well, I mean, you lessen the chances of some sort of metal running through them.
Oh. I didn't even know this storm was coming, did you?
Not really. I hadn't. Yeah, the Alamo Sound. Showers and thunderstorms likely until the early morning hours. So this is going to keep hitting us.
Well, the grass looks real good.
Chance of showers in the afternoon. Nothing beats, heavy natural rain.
No, we haven't used the hot tub. We've summarized the hot tub. Yay! Welcome, Amber. Not safe. I'm inside. Look. I'm inside right here. I'm standing in the doorway. It's not like I'm out on the dock. Wonder what that is. Thunderstorm. Amos, it's thunder and lightning. Right now?
No.
No, it's not hailing. He's got coolers out here and the rain is hitting the top of the cooler.
Well, I hope it doesn't hail.
Yeah, we don't need any hail. Everybody in Edenton would have to get another new roof. We get storms like this right much. I mean, not too much, but enough. There's Thomas's great grandmother. Okay, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.